Good thing my phone called me before I started recording. That was lucky. Hello everybody, this is Siwat the Platinum One here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Ruby version. Last time, we explored a bit of Mount Pyre and got more items, and I felt really sorry for our trainer. And we explored Route 1, 2, 3. But now we're finally going to advance the plot and actually go take on Team Magma's hideout. So let's not waste any time, and we are going to kill this wild Pokemon for murdering us. No, not really. Not really, because, well, I want to conserve energies. Jeez. Okay, so, in the Team Magma hideout, or Team Aqua hideout, depending on which game you're playing. Aqua hideout if you're playing Sapphire and Emerald. You'll be this guy first. Ay! Suspicious character spotted. I don't know. Oh no. I don't know. And whoa, that is a pretty cool background, to be perfectly honest. Jeez. And I should really teach Gil new moves, seriously. Surf is the only credible move it has. But if it has a Poochie, nope, of course not. It doesn't have a Nummel. And look at that. I'm taking down a level 32 Poochyena. Evolve your Poochyenas, dumbasses. Yeah. But it's good training for Gil. Grr, I lost it. Yeah, grr, I lost it. I took the loss for the team, but I did my job. So now they know that we're here. How very, very bad. And that was a weak transition. Over here we get a max elixir, so yeah, I forgot. The mechanic of this place. Not being able to run inside. Or use our bike, which kind of freaking sucks. But we have to use the self-go pads. Of course we do. Which is kind of odd. Warp panels! The hideout's pride and joy. You're clueless about where you are, aren't you? Fluster and tire out the enemy. Then lower them. Boom! That's our plan. Yeah, that's your plan. That's your big-ass plan. Well, your big-ass plan's about to go into the toilet. Because I'm about to kick your ass. With Surf. Because I can. And dang! Wow, Gil's just destroying. Seriously. What's wrong with you? You're not tired at all. No, I'm not, because your guys have not done a thing to my Pokemon yet, and that kinda sort of sounded wrong. Now, which way was it again? I swear, I looked at the map for this place before. Oh, yeah, we're supposed to go here. So, I think the order is, for this, is left, and then left again, then right. I assume, nope. Okay, so it's left, and then right, maybe, and then, yeah, then center? I guess. Nope. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's the dark side. You are correct. In front of the Empire, to all you Vader haters out there, we'll blow your planet up. Now this room, you absolutely cannot miss. Because in one of these Pokeballs is a valuable item. And it's the Master Ball! Yeah, the Master Ball. And those other two Pokeballs are secretly electrodes in disguise. But yeah, it's kind of... Yeah, it's kind of sort of important for you to get this thing, because I need to put my computer on a high performance so I can do this. Hang on a second. Okay, I did. So, Screech. Dang it. Okay. So yeah, Master Ball. Yeah. Very easy to miss, this is. It captures any Pokemon without fail, so it's very good, but however, there is only one use for it, but we'll get to it later. Or one Pokemon that I would like to use it on, but we'll get to that later. Alright. And yay. So we got 2 items and 2 electrodes to deal with in the head office of the Maxi, because, well, it's Maxi of Team Magma. What else? Or Team Magma's Maxi, not Maxi of Team Magma, because that's a completely different person. Okay, so we need to go over here next, I assume. And let's fight you, guy. And let's actually use a different Pokemon other than Gil, because Gil's been getting the spotlight. If you want to know the secret of our hideout, you have me to beat. Yes, you have me to beat. Durr. And you got 4 Pokemon, alright, so we got a Zubat here. And let us fly up to the sky to kick his ass. And come on. Yay. Yeah, this is pretty much all there's gonna be is just fighting. Yeah. Taking a message from the first movie, guys. Yeah. Yeah, kind of a contradictory, that whole first movie message of Pokemon, seriously. Yeah, I kind of agree with the Nostalgia Critic, if you ever saw his review of Pokemon the first movie. Like, they keep saying that fighting is wrong, but, dude, the whole franchise is about Pokemon battling, so clearly you get your mixed messages, pal. But yeah, totally. But I guess if they got one thing right, is that it played with our emotions when Ash turned to stone. And we all cried in the movie theater as kids, but the adults didn't care. Yeah. Damn Pikachu tears. Why does Pikachu have to be so cute, man? I don't know. Our hideout secrets? Well, let's just say there's a submarine in the far end. But by now, kiki. What is that, a new laugh instead of F-U, F-U, F-U? Or foo, as they would commonly call it. I don't know. But over here is a nest ball. Very nice. And let us see. And I want to avoid that magma grunt, so that we may go over here, I guess. Well, I guess it's this way. Then again, my memory's about as short as a... I don't know. Yep, it's definitely this way. So let us bring out Geraldro, because... No, don't do that. Do that. Alright, let's do it. Hee. Got here already, did you? We underestimated you. But this is it. I'm a cut above the grunge you've seen so far. I'm not stalling for time. I'm going to pulverize you. Alright, so what do we got here? Magma admin Tabitha, once again. Who hasn't necessarily changed. Dude, I kicked your ass last time, except you're stronger leveled now. Wait, stronger leveled. Yeah, it could be worse. Yeah, in Sapphire and Emerald, you'll be fighting the Magma admin Matt instead. And you're gonna bring out a Mighty Anna, alright. So... Intimidate cuts Geraldro's attack, blah blah blah. It doesn't really matter to me because, well, I got Leaf Blade. And Leaf Blade is apparently special based in this game, which made Sceptile the boss in Generation 3 until they made it physical in Generation 4, which means... like, yeah, Sceptile got nerfed. So let's have Gil take care of Camerupt. I'm feeling ballsy today, let's do that. Alright, so if... hopefully this will KO it. And yay, it does! Damn! And grow level? No, of course not! Hee, so I lost 2. Hee. While I was toying with you, our boss got through with his preparations. Hee. Our boss has already gone on his way to some cave under the sea. If you're going to give chase, you better search the big, wide sea beyond Lily Cove. But will you find it then? Hee. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. And how did that end up on the thing? We clearly saw the top platform lead to a different location. Consistency? What's that? But whatever the case... you have to get your Master Ball before you leave here if you didn't get it before battling the Magma Admin or Aqua Madden, because once you've gotten everything that you needed there, The hideout is now non-existent. So I did get my Master Ball, didn't? Yeah, I did. Double checking to make sure. The Master Ball is the one thing that you absolutely need to have. Or rather, need to have. Because once it's gone, it's gone. You can't get it back. And trust me, the Master Ball is going to save you a ton of trouble for later. Just trust me. So, now we gotta heal up our Pokemon. Because now, we come to the most tedious part of this game. Which is, of course, as the Team Magma Grunt said, we have to surf on water. Get ready to see a lot of water, folks, because there's gonna be a lot of water. Route 124 and so forth is going to be nothing but sea, and more water. Yeah, that's quite a lot of covered ground, or ground, what, covered to, whatever, I can't really say, or ground to cover, I don't know, or sea to cover, I don't really care. But, yeah, this is what I mentioned earlier. If you found a Phanpy if you chose to raise a Phanpy this late in the game, just don't go for it. Because you're going to be fighting nothing but water types for the rest of the Outworld. For the rest of the Overworld. Or rather, the rest of the, pretty much the rest of the game. But anyway, we can see these patches of dark blue water. However, we can't really go explore those quite yet. We need another, of course, HM move in order to do so. Yeah. But either way, we got tentacles, among other things. So, yeah. But over here is something pretty interesting. Hunter's House. I love you, song! And here. I'm the diving treasure hunter. I'm an awesome dude who makes deep sea dives to gather treasures resting at the bottom. You haven't got any treasures from me. If you see any shards like the red shard, you've got to trade it with me. Wanted item, trade item. Red shard for a firestone. Yellow shard for a thunderstone. Blue shard for a waterstone. And green shard for a leaf stone. So, this is very useful if you're playing Pokemon Sapphire and Emerald if you have a Lotad or a Lombre at this point. And you have to make it evolve by using a water stone, then you have to find a blue shard in order to do so. But in any sense, here we are in Moss Deep City, which is home to the 7th game, which I freaking hate the leaders! Sorry, I just have a long hatred of the leaders there. Especially in Pokemon Emerald, because they're really so annoying. Liza and Tate, the Mystic Combination. So, we know who the leaders are, so obviously they're twins. Yeah. And hello! Charlie? Yes, this is my place. It's a little embarrassing how empty it is here. Oh, here, you should take this HM. It contains Dive. I already taught my Pokemon. That's kind of impossible, because you don't really... I don't know, you'll see later. While you're using Surf, you note the patches of water. Use Dive if you come near deep water like that. You'll drop to the seafloor. When you want to come back, please use Dive again. In some places, it won't be possible for you to surface stuff. However, we can't really necessarily use Dive until after we get the badge from this gym. So, that kind of freaking sucks. But, more importantly, and hopefully this won't mess up the thing, but otherwise it's easily fixable. Hopefully on this northern route right here, which is route something, I don't know what it is. Actually, let me buy some... I'm gonna buy some, repels if they have any. Because, well, they do have a Pokemon here, and hopefully they do have any repels. Some form of repels, I don't really care what. Yeah, they do have max repels, okay. I'll buy 10 of them. Okay, so, Route 125. So, hopefully, the real-time clock here is not thing, because This is that other thing I was mentioning before. Like, if you're playing Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire or Emerald on a thing, you'll notice a message, clock-based events will no longer work. So hopefully this will be... Yep, indeed, it is a low tide. Okay, cool. Because there is a Pokemon that I want to get here that's only available during the low tide. And this guy. Are you planning on going in deep there? How about bringing me back some Soul Shard and Soul Shells? I can make something good if you bring back the ingredients. Yeah, so this guy's looking for Soul Shells and Soul Salt. However, I don't think it's possible. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's that possible for you to get high tide here if you're playing on an emulator. However, it is very easily fixable. If you just put it on real-time clock or whatever, and I need to switch up my items, or rather, throw away some items. I should have really sold those thingamabobs. You know what? I'll just have my Pokemon hold stuff for no reason. I'll just give Gil the soft sand and blah blah blah, and we get Soul Salt. That's cool. And that's an ice heal over there. Not really bothering considering we already have lava cookies. And over there is Soul Shells, I believe. So, yeah. And why am I not on my bike? Seriously, I'm not on my bike for anything. Okay, so in Shoal Cave, you can find your very first instance of not Zubats, but you can also find your very first instance of ice types here. Apparently, Hoenn does not like ice types because there are like only 2 of them. I swear, there are only 2 of them. Yeah. So, dang it. Hopefully this is the ice type that... Yep. Spheal. That's one of the few ice types that you'll find in Hoenn. Seriously. I mean, yeah, I like ice types and all. I do. I really do. But there's just very few in Generation 3 that were introduced. And the only 2 that you can find are here. Yeah, I'm trying to get to a place where you can find it. Where you can... I'm trying to get to the bottom floor thingy, mabob. The Western Sultan, there's nothing now, blah blah blah. Okay. And I think it's actually to the right of that one dude. Yeah, that one dude. And push aside. Yes, indeed, I have strength. Yay. Oh, thank God. I thought I didn't have it. And here, indeed, here. So, there's a Pokemon that I'm looking for that's in this area here. So hopefully the repel will wear off soon. And this is everyone's favorite physics, ice physics. I know how much you like these. Because they're annoying as hell. Yeah. Bet you like these, do you? But yeah, there's some pretty useful items here that you can get, like Never Melt Ice, and I need that. For there could be a Pokemon. I'm getting rid of Elixir. I'm getting rid of the Elixir. For this. Dang it. I didn't want to go back into my bag. Stupid. Okay. Never Melt Ice. Got it. And let's see. Where do I have to go in order to get to where I need to be? Yep, this is everyone's favorite puzzle thingies. And I need to go over here, do I? Yeah. So I need to, like, jeez. This just proves how much I hate ice physics. I really do hate them. But fortunately, this is not really too bad of a thing. But over here is TM07, which is Hail. That will raise the power of Ice-type moves for 5 turns, and will hurt anything that isn't Ice-type. So, I will cut ahead to whenever I find the Pokemon that I'm looking for here. And I think you probably know what it is, considering that it's only found in this area. Please be female, please be female. Yes! Alright, so Snorunt. Snorunt is... well, many people would pass on this Pokemon because it's pure Ice type, and pure Ice types have like, a bunch of weaknesses. But when it evolves, it gets equal base stats. And honestly, I don't really think it's that bad. Having equal base stats isn't really that bad. I mean, it doesn't really have the moveset to back it up, though, to be perfectly honest. But, hey, if it's Ice type, it works for my team. And this is indeed my final team member. So, I say, let's go for this Pokemon. And I'm so glad it's female. Because you're going to really love the nickname that I'm going to give it. Just trust me. And 1, 2, 3. Yes! Okay, so, Snorunt. Alright, let's see. Snowrunts live in regions with heavy snowfall. In seasons without snow, such as spring and summer, this Pokemon steals away to live, steals away to live quietly among stalagmites and stalagmites, or stalactites and stalagmites deep in caverns. Alright, so, even though technically this game takes place before Black and White does, I'm gonna break all logic and give this nickname I'm gonna give this nickname to a worthy successor of Vanillite from Pokemon Black and White, because I just love it. And 'tis my favorite character of all time from the BG show. I dubbed the Snorunt Dima the Second, even though Generation 3 takes place before Generation 5. Yes, haha. But anyway, this is getting to be a pretty long video, so I'm gonna stop it here and get out of here. Let's get out of here, as Caterpillar would say. Alright, from James and the Giant Peach, if you hadn't seen that. So, we are going to take on the gym next. My most hated gym leader! Jeez. I'm sorry, yeah, I have a particular hatred for the gym leaders here, I swear. So, I'm gonna train up my Pokemon to optimum levels. And by that, I mean really optimum levels. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna use Cutter or not, because Cutter is gonna be good for the gym here, so yeah. So, I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna do next time. Or rather, off screen. So, I will see you guys on next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.